So, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the last week of Lockdown Journals. My name is Hansika, and today I have two amazing guests Ramesh, a young, passionate environmentalist, and Arlene, a very creative fashion designer. Hi, Ramesh. Hi, Arlene.
Hello, Hansika. Good evening.
Good evening, Hansika.
Good evening. So, Ramesh, can you tell more about yourself?
Yeah, sure, Hansika. Good evening to everyone watching this, and I hope you are taking care of yourself and staying home. I'm Komar Ramesh Babu, and I'm a freshman majoring in environmental science at the Penn State University. My hobbies include painting, dancing, singing, debating, blogging, and apart from this, I also play sports like playing basketball, cricket, and volleyball. And I really love to watch a lot of movies and shows. And along with it, I am really passionate towards the environment and like to make differences in the environment. Along with that, I enjoy or I'm very interested in research work. So that's about me in brief.
Wow. So, Arlene, can you also tell more about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Good evening. I'm Harleen and I'm Harleen from Jalandhar, Punjab, and I'm pursuing BSc Fashion Designing from Kanya Mahavidyalaya, the Great Heritage Institution. And when I was In schooling, I used to wear my clothes in a different style, by by weaving my back of shrug and the hemline of my jeans, and I used to paint my tops. And then I came to know about my creativity and skills. I decided to do fashion designing, and I have done my plus 2 and bachelor's in fashion designing from the same heritage institution. And if I talk about my hobbies, there are lots of hobbies. I believe I'm multi-talented in everything because I love to learn everything. When I see something happening in front of me, I just get curious to know about that. I love to do embroidery, I love to do decorations, I love to do cooking, I love to eat. Yeah.
So, what is your favorite hobby from among these all?
I
Arlene, what is your favorite hobby among these all?
I love to learn everything. I love to learn everything. Just in free time, I used to do embroideries. I used to illustrate. Yeah, I love to illustrate.
So, Ramesh, what inspired you to become a passionate environmentalist?
Well, I should start out with my passion towards science because that's how everything began. In the middle school, from 6 to 8, I was part of the science club, and we were engaged, by doing a lot of hands-on activities by different motors, circuits, chemicals, and also different species. And this was one of the main reasons I really started to like science, and I was interested towards science. And slowly in ninth and 10th, when I took the environmental management subject in my course, I really started to have a lot of discussions regarding the different environmental problems at the same time. And thanks to my environmental management teacher, because she really never stopped answering all the questions I had, and we used to have discussions inside and out of class. So the environment as a subject is very vast, and I started to realize that slowly, because with all my conversations with different people, and while also in my vacations, I had a chance to visit the coal mine in my ninth grade summers. So, looking at the destruction done to the environment directly, and along with that, I also got a chance to visit the, powerhouse, and also the dams in the Telangana region. So, looking at the destruction done at the end is just for our benefits, and we can't replace back that destruction cost to the environment. So slowly, all these, incidents, along with my interest towards that subject, built up slowly. And I have been working on a research idea since then, regarding air pollution. So that was another major thing, probably I should say, that which hooked me up to this subject. And in 11th and 12th, I started my own club. So engaging myself more towards the environmental problems, learning more about different environmental problems around the world, in my community, in my school, everywhere around. I slowly started to build what do you say interest towards this place. And it was also an eye opener because it's present every single where. So I think the connect towards the environment is with everyone, but probably me, I just have that aspect or perspective on solving the solution problems and looking for solutions. So that's how I became more sensitive towards the environment.
Wow. So, Arlene, what is your inspiration while creating a design?
As a designer, we never know when the inspiration will strike. During off times, our minds, we can say, our minds are free to process our experiences and to come with new ideas. And without our design inspiration, we often don't add fuel to our creative fires, right? It's very important to surround yourself with artistic inspirations in order to feed your imaginations. Because this energy to make new designs to hard work, right? But when we are innovative, we are able to produce new creative designs which have never been seen before. And it's our quality to produce new designs which are fresh, new, and out of the box. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Arlene, what do you love about being a fashion designer?
Actually, I love my work. I enjoy it. I enjoy to do. And the main thing is, fashion designing is all about the creativity and the skills. And I can make any design. I can show my creativity, my garments. If I don't get any job, I can open my boutique. I can open my couture house because the fashion designers are independent. They are not dependent upon others. And it's the best quality to do your work independently. Yeah.
Wow, that's actually true. So, Ramesh, what is the biggest environment problem according to you today?
I mean, I would, looking at the environmental problems, I would classify or, look at it in two perspectives. Environmental problems, which are known to everyone, are certainly the major environmental problems because it's impacting a large number of the population on Earth. And the second probably would be the regional environmental problems, which are for a certain period of time and for a certain number of population. So that's not something which is discussed of on a larger platform. So the environmental problems can be different sorts of pollution. Pollution is a vast problem, and it comprises of different air pollution, water pollution, and the list goes on. And apart from this, I think the extension of different species and animals is another major environmental problem. But looking after all these different environmental problems or studying these environmental problems, I've come to one kind of observation, or I've come to a conclusion sort of thing where I kind of realized in the recent times that the bigger problem towards the environment is the human beings. Because I think the environment or the planet Earth will survive with or without the human beings. And when everyone talks about we have to save the planet Earth, we have to protect the planet Earth, and we have to they when they talk about saving the environment, and when the environment is getting destroyed or it's getting killed, I would see that the problem is that the humans are going to probably not have that livelihood or the ambient environment to survive, because different climates keep changing, and we see the droughts are increasing, the floods are increasing, and it's very it's in an imbalance right now. And because of that, the humans are getting impacted, and it's us who won't be there. Even with or without the dinosaurs, in that era, the environment or the planet evolved. And after the cold, the ice age or the continental drift, we could see that the environment does evolve and suit itself for the new years to come. But I would say that we should think about ourselves, and we should think about the animals and plants, because it's us who won't be there after some period of time, because we are destroying the environment, as in not that in the sense of the forest and everything, but the environment around us. It won't be possible for us to live, because for example, there are floods and the whole region where you live gets flooded. Who is getting probably disturbed? It's us who is getting disturbed. And with or without us, the environment will fix itself. And that's what I would say. And the bigger environmental problem is probably fixing our livelihoods, and for us to survive in the coming years. So I would say that would be the main problem.
Wow. So, Arlene, according to you, what is the biggest environment issue for now?
I would like to show my PPT.
Okay, you can show.
Is my PPT visible to you?
Yes, Arlene.
Okay, thank you. Uh, can you repeat your question?
What, Arlene? I can't hear you.
Can you repeat your question?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Hello.
Arlene, we can't
Hello.
hear you, Arlene. Yes, Arlene.
Can you repeat your question?
No, Arlene.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I
Arlene.
can
You
hear
can. Yeah,
you,
you can go
Harleen.
on.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to talk about textile industry waste, and textile industry has a great role in polluting environment. It is the second polluter in the world after the oil industry because they are using toxic chemicals to finish their garments, to finish their fabrics, and they are using harsh dyes to dye the fabrics. And the main thing is they are draining that chemicals in the water, in the fresh water, and which makes our water polluted. So, and they are also using synthetic fibers and artificial fibers like like rayon and polyester, which is made with plastic, and they are not easily decomposed in the soil. And it's happening because people are following fast fashion. Nowadays people wants to buy a new clothes, and industries are just satisfying our needs. They are just they just want to increase their production. They are not focusing on what they are doing. They are just making and making. But our youth should understand that they should follow slow fashion. They should stop buying more and more clothes because they wear their clothes only once a time and throw it into the dustbin, and it leads to a soil pollution when these are going to dumping, right? So
Yes.
this textile industry nowadays is a big polluter in the world. Yeah,
Yes,
they should
that's true,
stop.
Arlene.
Yeah, everyone should follow the slow fashion. They should they should wear a sustainable clothes. I'm going to share it with another slide.
So, Ramesh, what
Yes.
do you think about textile industries polluting the environment?
That's a good question, Hansika, and I completely agree with what Harleen said about the lifetime or the amount of times we wear, for example, a pair of jeans, would probably be minimal, and we always go on for the new jeans or the new t-shirts or the shirts or the trendy ones. I think being fashion industry being such a big thing, and with serving to almost a large amount of the population, and a lot of them are being polluted directly into streams, or even the dry waste, right? Where they are in the dumping yards, so they do not decompose fast, quickly, and this would be a problem because they would be harming the other natural environments. And suppose if they are dumped into the oceans or in the fresh streams, there won't be it won't be available for us to use those fresh streams anymore. And even the ecosystem which is present in the fresh streams, like the fishes and flora and fauna, that's getting affected majorly because of these dyes and different waste which is developed by the fashion industry. And along with it, I have like few facts which I always remember before buying anything. There's a fact that it takes about almost 1800 gallons of water 1800 gallons of water to produce a pair of jeans. This is a huge amount. And next thing is that it takes about 500 gallons of water, 500 gallons of water to produce a cotton t-shirt. So by buying a lot of t-shirts or jeans, and filling our wardrobes with them, using it for several occasions, and discarding them after that, what are we trying to do, or probably contribute to the protection? And when everyone says that I'm not a part of the environmental problems, I'm not in probably related to this, or if they try to ignore it, every single one is a part of it. And I think these facts speak for themselves. And if you calculate the number of jeans or t-shirts in your wardrobes, and calculate times 1800 gallons or 500 gallons, you would see for yourself how much water you have wasted for your wardrobe. So I think that's a major question we should ask for ourselves.
Yes, that's true. Arlene, you can go on.
Yeah, I would like to say that maybe foreigners are just wear the clothes only once time and throw it into the dustbins, but they don't know what they are doing. They should wear it several times and recreate it and redesign it, recycle it. But they are just throwing into the dustbin and they are going to dumping, right?
Yes, that's
And
true.
yeah, because nowadays everyone are following fast fashion, and this fashion, it leads to the pollution, leads to polluting the environment. And because they are using synthetic fibers, they are using microplastic fibers, because they are made with plastic, they can't decompose easily. And yeah, some of the clothing is going to go for donation and recycle, but majority of textile waste are going to dumping, and it leads to soil pollution. So they should follow slow fashion, which are which having natural fibers, and they are using natural dyes and natural fibers. And I want to say that a t-shirt of polyester causes 9 kg of carbon dioxide during the production. So it's also polluting the air also. So yeah.
Yeah, it's affecting the environment in various different ways. And
Yeah,
Harleen,
yeah,
have you
yeah.
ever tried, using the natural dyes or colors while you're making your designs?
Yeah, I have sorry. I have dyed my skirt with the turmeric by boiling in the, like, I put it turmeric in a boiling water with the salt, and I put my skirt into it, and after that rinse it with cold water. It gives you fantastic color, it gives you beautiful color. You can't judge that it's made with the natural dyes. Yes, I've used many natural dyes.
Yeah, I think that's an easy way
So, how
using
do
the
you
Yeah,
actually
natural.
it
make
and
that?
it's eco-friendly.
Yeah,
Yes, Arlene.
I agree with that.
So, Arlene, how do you make natural dyes at home?
Natural dyes are available in the market also, because turmeric is working as a natural dye, and second is blackberries also working as a natural dye, and third one is marigold flower, rose, and spinach, and third one, you can say, um, yeah, a food color can be also used. Yes.
Wow.
Natural.
Wow, Arlene.
Huh.
So, Arlene, is your PPT done or any more slides?
No, another also.
Okay,
This.
so these are the natural dyes
Yeah, natural dye
which you use.
sources. Yeah, you can see madder root, sandalwood also, henna, which we are used for our mendi. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
indigo, and forestry. And these are natural fibers which are used in slow fashion like cotton, jute, flax, and coir and hemp. I've also made a designs by using jute. I will show you. Yes. No to fast fashion, yes to conscious style. Actually, everyone are following fast fashion because they are a public conscious. They think if I wear it two times, what other people are think means other what people will think about me. Just but they are not thinking about what they are doing. They should follow slow fashion. Actually, to follow the slow fashion, they should be a self-conscious, right?
Yes,
So
Arlene, yeah.
yeah, these are the four simple steps for an ethical wardrobe. Slow fashion can be, or a sustainable fashion can be called a ethical wardrobe, ethical fashion. And the first is the reuse plus repair what you own. Reuse means don't wear it only once time. Just wear it for several times and recreate and recycle and make them a new garment. And if you get any hole, or if your garment get teared, I will show you what you can do. And recycle, you can donate your garments. If you don't want to wear, you can donate to the needy peoples. Don't throw it into the dustbin. And there are also you can also buy a sustainable clothes online, like ebay also provides you sustainable clothes. And and while yes, I want to say that when we going to any occasion or a marriage, we just buy a heavy and costly langas or any ethnic wear, right? But we wear it
Yes.
only once time. But it wastage of my if our of our money, and also wastage of the clothes. It's right to take your clothes on a rent, or you can borrow from your friends or another person. And these are research ethical brands. What I have told that you can buy sustainable clothes online also.
Yes.
And yes,
So, Arlene,
how
before
you
you play this video,
yeah, yeah,
Arlene, before you
I'm
play
going
this
to
video,
play
Ramesh,
the
Arlene, what?
I'm in the house, bored in the house.
yes. Through this video, I will show you how you can create your garment. Your one garment will be weird in a eight or nine different styles. It will force you to not buy more clothes. Like, shall
Arlene,
I start?
yeah. Arlene, before you play this video, I have a question for Ramesh. Ramesh, are you here?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So, what do you think about fast fashion, Ramesh?
Yeah, I agree, to a major extent to what Harleen has spoken about, and it's interesting to see her views from a fashion designer point of view. But I think that more awareness should be brought amongst a lot of people, who are unaware of this, destruction, and how it's affecting different sectors, like not even the environment, but different areas are being affected by these fast fashions. And I think all these companies or businesses, or whatever we buy from, are mostly making it because we are buying it. And they usually, being a business student myself, I know how market works, and how they kind of make it because people are willing to buy it. But if we bring in the right awareness, and if we tap into the right people, and probably bring in some difference and in their thought, that this is the destruction it's caused, and many of them are not even aware of the facts. So if the people kind of change their mindset, or become more conscious in the near future, I think even the businesses will stop making. For example, the H&M, they have sustainable clothing, and they started it from the Europe, and they're slowly bringing that change in their wardrobe, in their choices online, or in the stores, even in like Hyderabad, or in India. So that's one of the nice things, where such a brand like H&M is also trying to promote sustainable clothing, or even their other brands, but this is something which striked out for me right now. And this is, I think, an expression that people are changing, and this indicates that there is little awareness which is growing in some countries and some areas. But I think the more we kind of tell people about this kind of problem, and the impact it has, I think we'll be getting into a better change. And of course, we'll go from fast fashion to a slow fashion probably soon.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
some
Arlene, now
designers have also adopted this sustainable fashion, like Anita Dongre and Gautam Gupta, but some are slowly running on this track. Some are working.
wow.
Yeah.
So Arlene, now you can play the video.
Yeah. Uh,
House and I'm in the house, bored in the house and I'm in the house, bored in the motherfucking house, bored and I'm bored in the motherfucking house, bored in the house, bored in the house, bored in the house, bored in the house, I'm bored in the motherfucking house, bored and I'm bored in the motherfucking house, hey.
Ay, I need me a thick chick sitting on the couch and I'm going through my Netflix. Worked in the motherfucker, I ain't even doing shit. Tell her pull up, make it shake like Nesquik. Neck frozen with nowhere to go, bitch. Poppin' COD on the P.
yeah. As you have seen, I have made 8 different styles from one lenga.
Yes, it's
So this will
amazing.
force me to buy more clothes. I have 8 different style. I have 8 different garments from one lenga, right?
Yeah,
And
Yes,
yes,
that is
Arlene.
really interesting, to recycle or reuse more over your old clothes.
yeah. Yes. Now these are fabric scraps, which are using like we can use our waste fabrics to make a different, to make an interesting thing. Like in left there, they have made a mat from fabric scraps by doing a braiding, or we can do with the crocheting. We can do with the braiding, yes. And in the right side, they have done a patchwork with the fabric scraps. Yes, redesign the garment that if you if you have a tiered garment, if you have a full large cloth, like a full large t-shirt or a full large garment, you can make your sized top from that. That, as you have seen that the t-shirt of the men and convert it into a baby's frock. How cute is this?
Yeah, they're
And the
actually
right,
beautiful.
yeah, they have used their jeans into the skirts. They have used different jeans, like base jeans, and made a single skirt. Yes. If you have, if you get a any like a tiered jean, if you get any tiered top, you can mend with patchwork. Just a piece, just place a piece under the t-shirt or whatever, and you just stitch the lines.
Yeah. So
Yes,
Ramesh, did you
you
ever
can.
recycle your stuff?
I unfortunately haven't tried, recycling, or or doing such creative works like how Arlene has done. But I have made a couple of natural dye pouches, or different small things in my SUPW class in our school, where we made something out of natural dyes in our class. So that was the only experience I probably have. But it's very interesting and inspiring of how Harleen turned different clothes into such useful ones. So I think I should definitely try something new and this thing.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. You can also mend your like if you get a hole in your top, you can mend it with the embroidery stitches. As you can see in jeans, they are doing just weaving with the threads, and second one they have used herringbone, and third they have used embroidery stitch. It will make your garment more like more good and more interesting. Yes,
Amazing, yeah,
and this
amazing one.
yeah, yeah. I have made these designs, and I have inspired with the Maharashtra's Burli tribe, and they used to draw Burli art on the mud huts. From that, I got inspired to make a draped skirt of jute, because mud hut has a like a rough surface, and they Worli tribe peoples used to wear a short skirt. So from that I got the idea to make a jute skirt, draped jute skirt. It can be jute, maybe jute is a stiffness, because stiff fabric. It can be softened with the jute badge oil while spinning stage, in a spinning stage. This you can see
Wow, Ali.
how beautiful it is. Yeah, yeah. I've done a Worli art on this because they used to do on the mud huts. They used to do Worli art with the rice flour. That's why I'm using white color. This
Amazing,
you
Ali.
can you can check the texture. Yeah, and yeah, actually when I have made these designs and I shared with my HOD, her name is Harpreet Kaur. Then she decided to have a fashion show on sustainability. I have a video for you. Can I play?
Yeah, you can.
In this, they have used jute skirts with patchwork. They have used fabric scraps, waste fabric scraps. Now you can see.
You're a good soldier, choosing your battle. Pick yourself up and dust yourself off and back in the saddle. You're on the front line, everyone's watching. You know it's serious, we're getting closer, this isn't over. The pressure's on, you feel it, but you got it all. Believe it, when you fall, get up, oh, oh, and if you fall, get up, it's
Yeah.
Wow, Ali. So these are the works you did.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They're amazing. So Ramesh, what do you think about her fashion style?
I mean, it's an eye opener for me with what you can do with your old clothes, and whenever they pile up, instead of giving it to some, we could give it to the needy. But along with that, we could reuse these old clothes in such manners, and it's truly inspiring. And I would really be looking, trying out something from whatever Harleen tried to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Ramesh, can we know some of your environment projects you have taken up?
Yeah, sure. I'll just start sharing my screen.
Arlene, you can stop sharing your screen
Okay. Okay.
so that Ramesh can share.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, can is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, Ramesh.
Okay, I'll start. So, yeah, I think this was and this is my environmental club, which I have started in 2018 November 1st, and it's called the E3 Club, which stands for Environmental Enrichment and Empowerment. And our motto was to enrich the environment by empowering the young minds. So that was the motto behind the E3 Club. And so I'll just have a video to start off with.
We are
Enrich the environment by empowering
future generations.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what kind of project did you take up, Ramesh?
Yeah, I hope it was audible to everyone as well. Sorry, I had to mute myself.
Yes, it was all.
Yeah, so this was one of our initial projects which we did in our school, Chirek International School in Hyderabad. Um, so we did biocomposting in our school, and this was out of the kitchen waste which is generated in our dining hall. We had produced enough manure or fertilizer for the next 2 months after we got the first batch of manure, and it was done by our club members, and I had a team of 30 students. And the second initiative you could see in the video was a few posters and cutouts or hanging around different trees. So in our school we have a huge greenery garden, a lot of trees in the campus, and I was looking for ways to communicate with the students and how to bring in a huge awareness in the campus, because when I was interacting with few students and a couple of my classmates itself, they didn't show interest towards the environment, or they were kind of feeling, or they had a perspective that environmental problems or environment as such is not towards everyone, or they do not affect them, or they weren't really compassionate or passionate towards the environmental problems, or they lacked a certain amount of awareness or conscious towards the problems. So what I did was, along with my members, we have divided into three certain areas. One is the air pollution, which was in the brown clouds. Next thing was anything related to the forest or environment as a broader aspect in the tree cutouts. And the last one was about water pollution and water problems in the shape of a droplet. So this was hung around all the trees in my campus, and it definitely had a lot of awareness, because the students used to probably move around the campus while they're going for the ground, or they're going to the dining hall for lunch, or they're going towards their bus space. So whenever they had a time, or they're hanging out with their friends, or moving towards certain areas in the campus, everyone had a chance to look at the different cutouts which were hung, and it really had some awareness amongst the campus, and it built up that mood or that vibe of environment in the campus to start off with. And the next one is a Diwali awareness campaign, which we did. This was our first campaign or initiative once I started in November, because Diwali is around that time. And we starting off, we had an assembly, special assembly, and all students gathered off, all the students of Chirek, and we made them take a pledge that they will reduce or they will not use fireworks for that certain year or Diwali. And we did extensive 1 week campaign amongst the different classes, starting from grades 1 to grade 12. And well, everyone does a campaign, but we were following up the campaign. And what we did was we took a survey after that week. And what we found out was about from 500 responses which we got, about 400 plus have told us, all students, parents, or the teachers have told us that they've cut down on their usage of fireworks. And primarily, I was very happy to get a lot of comments, or a lot of responses from the primary schools. A lot of primary children in our school really were moved by this thing, and they're initially scared of the fireworks, a few of them. And along with that, with whatever awareness we did, they came back to me, or whenever they saw me, they're like, we didn't burst crackers this year, or I tried not to burst crackers. So that was very happy when I heard that. And it did feel like I was starting to make some change or bring in some conscious to in my school students. And next one was the school resource management survey. I would probably think that this is the first of its kind, or something which a group of students could do in a school environment. So what we did was, four of us had interviews with different departments in the school, and we found out different wastages. And we had primarily four or five categories. One was the paper consumption, water consumption, electrical consumption, and the food wastage which was generated in the campus, because we have about 4,000 students in our school, and that counts to a lot of wastage in different ways. And we figured out that a lot of paper wastage was there. And previous years, the school has been trying to cut down and utilizing different ways. And now, once we did the campaign, we figured the survey. What I could figure out is that the teachers were willing to replace or cut down on a few areas where they were using a lot of paper. And the next thing which we were surprised to find out was that the number of trees we cut down because of this paper consumption. So we spoke to a couple of them, and we did a calculation where we found out that we cut down almost 8 to 9 trees per month. 8 to 9 trees per month for the paper consumption in our school. And that was a big eye opener. And that's when I came up with campaign of or the saplings drive, which I will explain in the next few slides, to replace back all the trees which we cut down in the year, or which will be destroyed because of the paper consumption. So that was one thing. And second thing was the food consumption, food wastage, which we replaced with the biocomposting. And I'm happy that my school this year, they bought in a new machine which efficiently breaks converts this waste into usable or bio manure, or the fertilizers. And it's a commendable effort. And I'm very happy that they have taken or considered the problem which we have in a school community. And next thing is a couple of conferences we attended, we were invited to from our school, as well as the E3 club. So what we did was, the first thing I was showing here is the GHMC conference, the conversation meet about the water conversation. So what we discussed about was the different problems which we have in Hyderabad, and different water related issues, and the scarcity of water in this city. And we as students were the only school we were invited to the conference, first of all. And second thing was that we did give out a few ideas on how different stakeholders of the community or the city can help or do their bit to reduce the scarcity of water. And that was a very interesting conference. And it was nice to interact with a lot of officials. Next thing was the Doctors for Clean Air conference. This was hosted by the Lung Care Foundation, which is a a national organization, and they had opened up a chapter in the Telangana and Andhra Pradesh states, and we were invited for that, and it was an amazing experience because all top officials, a lot of doctors, and a lot of stakeholders came into the scene, and they were explaining, or we were having a lot of, we had like a day long conversations, and we discussed about the air pollution and how it's affecting our health, because cities like Hyderabad, Delhi, Mumbai, we know how the air pollution is, and it's increasing drastically, and we should take some action on that, and we could, so we were discussing, and we presented our point of view and how we can reduce the impact of air pollution. And the next thing is the
Wow.
plastic hackathon. This plastic ideathon was a competition where we had to present our ideas to eliminate plastic from our lives or communities. So, along with a few of my members, we drafted out a plan, and with the help of the vice principal who had come up with this idea, where we really tried to make a region in Hyderabad, which is called the Chirek Avenue, which is the road in front of our school. It's about 2 kilometers, and there are a lot of stakeholders present in that road. There are communities, there's school, there's our school and a few other schools. There are a lot of shops, and there's everyone interacting over there. And there's a bioreserve or a forest reserve near our school, which is the botanical garden. And what we wanted to do is we wanted to make that stretch a plastic-free zone, and how we wanted to do that was our idea which we presented in the ideathon. And I think out of 200 participants or groups, we were awarded the winner. And and the better part of this whole ideathon is I got an experience, or we all got an experience, to see how 200 different groups had their ideas to eliminate plastic. So a few of them spoke about removing plastic usage by individual. Like, you have water bottles, you have different appliances in your house where we use plastic. So a few groups presented about individuals, and a few of them had a idea for a city, and a few of them had about for different communities in your apartments and all. So it was very interesting to hear out 200 different ideas throughout a day, and that's where it was very interesting, and I learned a lot in that plastic ideathon. And coming to the World Environment Day. So World Environment Day is on the June 5th, and it's an annual thing which is done by the United Nations Environmental Program, and there's a theme each year. So the theme for 2019 was to beat air pollution, and what we did was we asked everyone to plant 5 saplings, and this was in a continuation to the survey which I told earlier. If you could see the group of students in front of a bus over there, you so that's our team. And what we did was we replaced the paper consumption for that year by planting 108 saplings in the median. So we wanted to be
Wow.
carbon neutral and paper neutral as well. And we, along with our, school in charges and students, we could do that. And you could see in the median, we planted a few saplings, and that was a way to, tell that, we are taking action on whatever we are taking from the environment. So that was one another action which we took. And apart from this, we had an online campaign, or an Instagram campaign, where we reached out to a lot of students in Hyderabad or different areas, and we urged all of them to plant 5 saplings in their houses. And this was in 2019, so they were allowed to go out and get, so when it was normal. And I was very happy, and it was a proud moment when about 200 kids came out from different age groups, and they planted about 1100 to 1200 saplings in a day. And that was our poster with, I think there's a collage behind it, and all students putting up saplings in their houses. And a few of my friends who were ridiculing me in the start when I kept the environment club also planted out in big numbers, and they encouraged a lot more. So that was kind of happy moment for me, when a lot of them came onto the field and actually did something and not just talk about it. And the next thing was about the Environment Day this year, June 5th or 2020. So because it's a lockdown and because we couldn't go out and everything, so my the next team of E3 Club had planned out to grow microgreens, where microgreens are small seedlings, which are in very nutritious value, and they can cut down on most of your greens which you buy from the market. So our campaign was to probably uh, grow microgreens at home. And next thing is promote healthy living lifestyle, because during this COVID situation we should take care of our immunity, and that's something which I would still urge all the audience or everyone watching this to start growing microgreens at your home, and cut down on all the greens which you buy from the market. So next thing is a few screenshots of different posts. A couple of actors in the Tollywood community had come and supported our campaign and our initiatives. So some of the people are like Samantha, Mahesh Babu, Akhil, and all the actors did come up, and we got more number of people participating. And we did get a lot of pictures of how they did their part on the World Environment Day, and we could see the picture of Samantha putting microgreens this year in her house, and it was very inspiring to see how they did take their action and do their bit. And it did inspire a lot of more people, and we did replace a lot of saplings. And apart from this, yeah, so we had about almost 1,400 saplings which were planted across different parts of Hyderabad. So it was a huge action taken on the World Environment Day, and we did our part to say what we contribute towards the environment, sustainability, or the protection of the environment. And the last thing is the certificate I've received from the United Nations Environmental Program. Appreciating the efforts taken in 2019 for the World Environment Day campaign. So, in small, in a brief, that I think this is a small initiative which I started off believing that I can bring a change in my school community, and it went on to being a much bigger one, where all the students, all the teachers, and the whole staff did help me out, get or engage my whole community in doing something good. And I should really thank the Chirek International School management, and especially my vice principal Venkat sir, who kind of were very helpful and supportive during the time I was doing it. And of course, Snehala Tamam, who helped and guided me whenever I had doubts towards, the environment. So I think, a few people, and as well as the whole, all my friends and all my, students in Chirek, who really supported throughout. So I think, it's very happy to see that, all of them have taken action, and all of them have done their bit towards protecting the environment. So yeah, I think that was in brief what I did.
And
Yeah.
congratulations for getting your certificate. And it was a great work you did.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hansika.
So, Arlene, I have a question for you. So, what do you think about people can do to help the environment?
Two,
To help the environment.
what they can do, right?
Yeah.
From my point of view, as a designer, I want to say that everyone should follow the slow fashion and don't throw your clothes into the dustbin. Just recycle, reuse, and redesign and recreate. Maybe it will better our conditions. Yeah.
So, Ramesh, one message you want to convey to everyone to save environment.
Um, yeah, so I think it's gonna be a big thing, but I would say that environment is going to is affecting everyone, be it you're a small child, kid, or you be an old or person, it's not leaving anyone. It's not leaving living or a non-living object. It's put everyone at risk, and we are all, in that time where we started to see the effects of climate change. And I would also say that, in my point of view, probably going on strikes or going on the roads for the change of environment wouldn't be the best or the efficient way, as most of the students would feel like. But I would rather say that, more students, probably engage in fruitful or, measurable activities, by taking action and not asking someone else for action. Because, at the end of the day, if they're the ones who is ignoring, and you're still at risk, so you have to take action and you have to be independent in this fight. Because at this situations, and, for example, the COVID situation was there, and everyone were at their homes, after, and everyone were following the lockdown, because everyone were scared that it's going to, they are going to get affected or infected, and they don't have a cure. So how am I going to survive this? Well, I would say the climate change would be the next COVID, or, next big thing which will move the whole human race. And this is something which should we should focus on after this whole situation gets better. And I would say it's a similar situation, because, as I said before, at the end of the day, the environment will thrive, the ecosystem will evolve, it will become another earth, it will become a new earth, but it won't have us. And I would also say, as a science student, or like an someone who is taking this up as a career, I firmly believe that, innovation could probably solve all these problems. Because every time we have a global problem, we always look forward for an innovation. For example, the vaccine. Everyone's looking for a vaccine, and, government can't do everything effectively, and they have 101 issues to solve, and they cannot focus on one thing. So similarly, environment, we can't just ask the government all the time, or we should blame the government. We should blame ourselves first. And I really, would encourage more students to take up, or more, everyone to, participate in some or the other way, and try to be water positive, carbon neutral, or, do your bit towards the environment. And I think it's important that everyone does something to bring a change. And I would again say that innovation is the best way, because taxation, or whenever you try to do something with the governments, they are not effective. And whenever you try to do the next level thing or the next innovation, and that's when we are going to solve a global crisis. And that's the same with environment, and we have to look forward for new ideas, new solutions, and work towards, a better life or situation ahead.
Wow. So, Arlene, did you do anything during this lockdown? Did you try any new thing in fashion?
Yeah, I would like to show my PPT. Start. Is my PPT visible to you?
Yes,
Yeah.
Arlene.
Yeah. Yeah. I have invented a innovative cap mask, and it's fully sustainable. I have used old top in this. I have used old cap and Velcro tape from my old sandal. I have.
Wow.
I want to show my this video. What's happening?
Huh? Arlene, we can't see your video. Arlene, are you there? So Ramesh, what did you do during the lockdown?
I've
Did you?
actually done quite a few things during the lockdown, and now I've tried to keep myself engaged, during this whole lockdown. And I started a blog where I've been writing about different experiences. It's called the Daily Coma, and apart from that, I did watch a lot of movies and shows and spend a lot of time at home, and apart from that, my college just started, so I think I was engaged more into that. And I've been working on another water conservation project with organization, and we are going to come out soon. So that's another exciting thing. And I also picked up singing again, and I've been making a few covers. So I think the lockdown has been fun, and the whole thing is going in a positive way, and that's how we should take up.
Wow,
What about you,
amazing.
Hansika? What have you been doing during the lockdown?
So during this lockdown, I did artwork. I try new styles of art, and I had this lockdown journals, which is an amazing experience where I talk to new people, know about them. Yeah, that's it. So is Arlene back? Arlene,
Hello.
so do you want
I'm
to show your
sorry,
video?
there is a network issue. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I would like to start my PPT. Um, yeah.
Hi to all, this is Helene Kaur, the student of fashion designing from Kanya Mahavidhalaya. As you all have seen that only mask can protect us from infected air, not from the heat of the sun. In summers, we need something which will give us double protection. Yes. Today I am here to show you how to make the mask which will give you double protection. So let's start. Here we need one cap, one old top of any color, velcro tape, it's optional for you. You can also use fabric strips to tie the mask, one scissor, measuring tape and marker to mark the points. Let's start. Measure the cap from this point to this point and cut the top. As you can see, I have cut my top according to the measurements of cap. So it's 9 inches in length and 16 inches in width plus 1 inches for folding. Stitch the fabric from this point to this. Stitch the fabric like this from this point to this, and don't forget to adjust the velcro tape according to your head. Cut the fabric with 8 inches length and 9 inches width. Now fold the fabric and stitch its two sides. Stitch the piece like this and attach the velcro tape or fabric strips as required. Keep the mask moist for keep with the sponges. The slip is the and cool.
Arlene,
The mask is ready. Get it
Yes.
that
we
way
cannot hear your video. It's like it's too low.
it will protect you in the heat of the mask as required. Instead of
I don't know
using
what's
velcro tape, you can
happening.
also use fabric strips
Now,
and tie the mask
Yeah,
as
now we can hear
required.
you better.
And one thing more, if you are a pony girl, you can take your pony out from here like me. It's giving me so cool look. Stay safe, stay cool. Thanks for watching.
yeah.
So Arlene, before we it's almost time. Before we end, can you sing a song for us?
Yeah, one minute. Sorry. I would like to start with Punjabi Boli. ਤੇਰੇ ਜਹੇ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਟਿਚਣਾ ਜਾਣਦੀ, ਤੇਰੇ ਜਹੇ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਟਿਚਣਾ ਜਾਣਦੀ, ਤੇਰਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਬਣਦਾ ਨਾ ਮੇਲ ਮੁੰਡਿਆ, ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੋਗੇ ਦੀ ਮੰਡੀ ਚ ਆਵਾਂ ਵੇਚ ਮੁੰਡਿਆ, ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੋਗੇ ਦੀ ਮੰਡੀ ਚ ਆਵਾਂ ਵੇਚ ਮੁੰਡਿਆ, ਗਿੱਧੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦ ਮੈਂ ਨੱਚਾਂ ਹੋਏ 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 ਬੱਲੇ 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 ਬੱਲੇ, ਗਿੱਧੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦ ਮੈਂ ਨੱਚਾਂ ਸੂਰਜ ਵੀ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਦਾ, ਗਿੱਧੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦ ਮੈਂ ਨੱਚਾਂ ਸੂਰਜ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਦਾ, ਲੁਧਿਆਣੇ ਜੱਟੀ ਨੱਚੇ ਹੋਏ 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 ਬੱਲੇ 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 ਬੱਲੇ, ਲੁਧਿਆਣੇ ਜੱਟੀ ਨੱਚੇ, ਪਟਿਆਲਾ ਖੜਖੜ ਵੇਖਦਾ, ਲੁਧਿਆਣੇ ਜੱਟੀ ਨੱਚੇ, ਪਟਿਆਲਾ ਖੜਖੜ ਵੇਖਦਾ। So I'm going to sing a song of Karan Aujla. ਉਹ 3 ਤੋਲੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੁੜੇ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਦੱਸ ਕੇ ਦੇ ਕਹਿਣੇ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ, 3 ਤੋਲੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੁੜੇ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਦੱਸ ਕੇ ਕਹਿਣੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਲਾਲੀਆਂ, ਮੇਰਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਚੇਤਾ ਜ਼ਰਾ ਆਇਆ ਨੀ, ਇਹਦੇ ਗਲ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਬਾਹਾਂ ਪਾਲੀਆਂ, ਮੇਰਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਚੇਤਾ ਜ਼ਰਾ ਆਇਆ ਨੀ, ਇਹਦੇ ਗਲ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਬਾਹਾਂ ਪਾਲੀਆਂ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਪੱਕਾ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਆਈ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪੱਕਾ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਆਈ ਐ ਨੀ, ਹੁਣ ਤੁਰੀ ਫਿਰਦੀ ਵਾਂਗਰਾਂ, ਨੀ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਰੀ ਫਿਰਦੀ ਵਾਂਗਰਾਂ, ਉਹ ਗੈਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਹੜੇ ਚ ਛਣਕਾਂ ਕੀ ਆਈਆਂ, ਜੱਟ ਦੀਆਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਝਾਂਜਰਾਂ, ਉਹ ਗੈਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਹੜੇ ਚ ਛਣਕਾਂ ਕੀ ਆਈਆਂ, ਜੱਟ ਦੀਆਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਝਾਂਜਰਾਂ। ਉਹ ਮੇਰਾ ਫੇਵਰਟ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਕਾਲਾ ਸੂਟ ਗਈ, ਬਣ ਕੇ ਕਿਊਟ ਹੋ ਕਿਉਂ ਮਿਊਟ ਗਈ, ਬਣ ਕੇ ਕਿਊਟ ਗਿੱਟ ਹੋ ਕਿਉਂ ਕਿਊਟ ਗਈ, ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੋਈ ਦੀ ਝਾਂਜਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਤੋਰ ਸੀ, ਝਾਂਜਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੋਰ ਸੀ ਜਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਸੀ, ਝਾਂਜਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੋਰ ਸੀ ਜਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਸੀ, ਮੈਂ ਸਿਪਾਹੀਆਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਤੂੰ ਲਹਾ ਕੇ ਆਈ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਸਿਪਾਹੀਆਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਤੂੰ ਲਹਾ ਕੇ ਆਈ ਹੈ, ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਏ ਸਿੰਘ ਦਿਨ 15, ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਏ ਸਿੰਘ ਦਿਨ 15, ਗੈਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਰਕਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਜੱਟ ਦੀਆਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਝਾਂਜਰਾਂ, ਉਹ ਗੈਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਹੜੇ ਚ ਸ਼ਰਕਾ ਕੀ ਆਈਆਂ, ਜੱਟ ਦੀਆਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਝਾਂਜਰਾਂ। Thank you.
Thank you. It's almost time, so we can end our session now. Thank you, Ramesh and Arlene, for giving us this wonderful time and sharing your journey. It was amazing speaking to you, both of you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I would like to thank the Huega Life organization and everyone who have joined this live session. I hope you all stay safe and do something towards the environment protection and become more conscious about your choices in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. So I thank all the audience for coming, for joining us this session. It was amazing. I think you like the session. So tomorrow we have Zaira, Sinma and Girishma conversation with photography. Hope you join at 6 p.m. Same Zoom ID, and it's live on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you.
Thank you so much.